Can food choice help with your ED? Stay tuned. I'm going to name 9 food that you can eat that will help you with your ED and even improve your erection. This podcast is for you, the modern man. I'm Dr. Truong, your host. I'm an intimate health medical doctor and best-selling author of the book Erectile Dysfunction Fix. I'll do a deep dive into sexual health and performance and how it affects men of all ages and backgrounds. So let's get started, and be sure to visit my website at sexualhealthformenpodcast.com for more information and resources from the show. See you on the inside. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the 9 food that can help with your ED and even optimize your firmness if you don't even have ED. Now, we know that 50% of men between the age of 40 to 70 have ED. And why is ED so common? That is because 90% of ED is due to poor blood flow. And blood flow is related to the operation or the intact lining of the blood vessels, like a pipe like this. And then on the inside of the pipe is the lining is called the endothelium. And that is very sensitive to what you eat. And remember, as I said in the last few episodes, that the penis, when it has erect, it has 40 times more blood flow than normal. So that means that it's very sensitive to what you eat. What you eat is what goes into the bloodstream to your tissues everywhere. And the penis is the most sensitive because it has 40 times more absorption than normal. So what are the best food for your erection? And it's mainly around fruits and vegetables and antioxidant foods, such as number 1, berries. Number 2, salmon. Number 3, extra virgin olive oil. Number 4, whole grain. Number 5, nuts and legumes. Number 6, herbs and spices. And number 7, poultry and fish. And number 8, leafy greens. And then coffee and tea. Now, why are these foods helpful? Because they're antioxidant and they're good for the endothelium, which is then good for blood flow. And some of the tea is bergamot juice, artichoke head, and chamomile tea. And you could probably drink about 1 to 2 cups of coffee as well. And the berries of fruit that I mentioned earlier are like strawberries, blueberries, apples, pears, citrus fruit. And salmon is good because it has a high amount of omega-3 and it's a good antioxidant food. Olive oil. Olive oil is good as antioxidant, it's anti-inflammatory. Whole grains, multi-grain bread, or even flatbread as well. Now, notice all these foods that I mentioned in the Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet encompasses all of this as well. Now, nuts and legumes are good because they're high in fiber and it's a subset of the food called flavonoid. Herbs and spices that are good are parsley, thyme, rosemary, chive, tarragon, and oregano. Fish and chicken are good without the skin, and minimize the red meat. I always tell my patient red meat about most once a week, or the best maybe once a month or twice a month if you can. And any type of leafy green, particularly arugula, spinach, lettuce, and radish. Those are the best. Crunchy vegetables are the best. Now, what are some of the food to avoid? So that way you want to improve your ED. You don't want to eat these type of food. It's sugar. Sugar are bad. Now, I'm talking about sweets or sugar as in starches and simple sugar because it can lead to weight gain. It can also lead to decrease in blood flow because of the atherosclerotic heart disease because it can raise your triglyceride level. And high fat meal, like anything that is fatty and with sugar in it at the same time, like a dessert. or French fries, because this will increase your risk of clogging of the arteries, a condition called atherosclerosis. And excessive alcohol. I talk about alcohol in the previous episode. How many alcohol? Too much? Probably more than 10 to 14 drinks a week. Probably less than 14 drinks a week. Probably adequate at this time as well. And smoking. Of course, smoking, you want to avoid that if you are smoking, because it is highly inflammatory and it definitely induces poor blood flow. And other thing to consider, I've talked about in the past, is that sleep. At least get 7 hours of sleep a night, and exercise of at least 160 minutes in 1 week. And that works out to about maybe 3 hours of exercise in a week. And it doesn't have to be high intensity. You can do walking, you can do your own body weight, but if you can do HIIT exercises, HIIT exercises, which increases the heart at a certain interval. And you can find that easily on YouTube. In the show note, I will leave a guideline on the Mediterranean diet, but simple things like these with the 9 foods I talk about and the exercise and the sleep. If you start doing this, you're going to see some changes in your stiffness and your firmness in about 6 weeks, because it takes your body that long to change. And also, if you notice you have ED, please get blood work, because you can find out things that you may not know about. I can't tell you how many times I see patients that are healthy looking, adequate weight, and then we get blood work. They're pre-diabetic, they have high cholesterol, they have high inflammatory markers, and they have low testosterone, plus or minus even elevated cortisol, as well as high inflammatory markers as well. So having said that, 9 foods that will help with your erection, and start doing it at least maybe one, and you will see result in at least 6 weeks. So thank you for being with me today, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening to the Sexual Health for Men podcast. If you love this episode, then please take a screenshot on your phone and post it on Facebook, Instagram, or wherever you post. And be sure to tag me and let me know why you like this episode and what you like to hear in the future. That will help me know what's great for you, and I would love to give you the most incredible free gift designed to help you improve performance quickly. Go to my website at sexualhealthformenpodcast.com to get the book, The 5 Common Costly Mistakes Men Make When Facing ED. I would appreciate it if you subscribe, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen, and just know that you can have sexual vitality for life. I appreciate you. Until next time.